Hello, everyone. Welcome again to a thankful Thursday. Wow. Thank God we are alive. Thank God we are here. We are breathing. Thank God. Some of us ate. I haven't finished my breakfast. It's still right here. And thank God that we are able to attend this because we can only move forward. We can only move forward, like our CEO says. You know what? There is no turning back. We have to move forward because we have a great commission to fulfill in this life, and it's to build a future. And so I'm going to be reading one of his very interesting quotes that I always like to allude to when I'm preparing things for One Global Movement. So he says, I cannot do this by myself. It's impossible. Every single founder is participating with this or manufacturing the future of the millions to come. We are making something not just a business, it's not only a path and a vehicle to financial and personal freedom. It's a true, genuine, and personal freedom. It's a true, genuine new way of viewing the way of life and practicing the internet. The sky is the limit. And so that is why we are so fired up here, because the future is so important. You thinking every day it's coming, every day it's coming. They don't ask you. That's just the way it is. And what we do here today, it's going to determine how we live our lives tomorrow. It's going to determine how our children are going to take over to be the leaders, the CEOs, the presidents, the ambassadors, the speakers, the authors, and you name it. And this is why it is so important that all of us have to chip in, just like the quote from Mr. Ashmufara himself has said, I cannot do this by myself. We have all these founders to participate so that we can come together to build a future that is not just for financial or business freedom, but it is going to be a new way of life for ourselves and our children. So thank you guys so much for being here. We are in the series O-Academy Revolution Part 70. And the theme for today is it true that gardening offers numerous benefits to youth, children, young people? Is it true? Ask yourself, is it true that gardening offers numerous benefits to you? Begin to put your answer in the chat, because if it doesn't offer benefits to you, it will never offer benefits to our young people or our children. This is so important. So overall, gardening provides entirely a holistic learning experience that promotes physical, mental, and emotional well-being for young people and children, while nurturing important life skills and values at the same time. So Dr. Benny is going to be the anchor lady for today to take on this topic. The stage is yours, Dr. Benny. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mundih, for giving me this opportunity. I will say good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. It all depends upon your location. Thank you all. I want to thank those on the chat. Thank you guys for coming to support One Global Movement. I want to make sure. Great. Before I proceed, I want to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing all of us together, and thanking our Heavenly Father for waking all our children up this morning, this afternoon, this evening. And I know that you guys are in school right now. Study well. I love you all. I also want to thank him for sending someone to all of us, our visionary, Mr. Ash Mufareh. So when it comes to this question, is it true that gardening offers numerous benefits to our youth? Absolutely. To me, I don't know if it all depends. If to Dr. Mundih, I don't know about you, but to me, I believe it's true. Gardening indeed provide a wealth of benefit for youths and children. Now, engaging in gardening activities It provides a holistic learning experience that goes beyond just growing a plant, right? So, what is gardening? Because they need to know what it is. Gardening is a wonderful place for children to play, learn, and grow. But according to kingsgardening.org, that's where I got some of my information from. Well, I have to give them the credit. States that research has shown that youth who participate in gardening programs enjoy a dramatic documented gains in many areas of growth. One, we talk about abundance. Now, the nutritious bounty and natural beauty of youth gardens, it supports the health and the well-being to kids of all ages, right? Garden Gardening is an ideal place for learning, and it provides what? Limited opportunities for educators. When kids grow food, they are much more likely to eat it. And when we give them opportunities to share the bounty, they practice compassion and generosity towards it. So, and the next thing it talks about connection. Youth garden also alleviate isolated much more that has been written about loneliness epidemic in both children and adults, right? So youth gardening brings people together, creating human connection necessary to help calm anxieties and promote what? Hopefulness.
Yes.
Humans have a strong instinct, right, to belong to small groups with common purpose. And gardening is a safe way to gather and connect. The next, it talks about the empowerment. Youth gardens empower individuals with the means to take action. When children take steps to solve problems, such as using gardening to mitigate climate change or feed hungry, it gives them agency, teaching them skills to help solve society problems. Now, it also boosts their sense of self efficacy, their belief in them as an agent to change, as well as the sense of meaning, as well as purpose. Gardening related learning experience, it offer what? A practical connection to a wide range of teaching objectives and a secular standard. The garden offers what? Objectives. Hands-on exploration of so many subjects, including science, math, literature, history. So gardening also, it allows kids now to learn through their experience, right? Fostering the growth of mindset through what? Trial and error. A garden is a laboratory. It is a safe, fun place to try new things. It makes, like some people, you make mistakes, right? When you make mistakes, you learn from the mistakes. So when our children make mistakes, they learn, right? And you and I, since we are grown up, when we make mistakes, we also learn. Or I would say, Dr. Mundih, please, I am very sorry. Forgive me, right? Educational opportunities. Even though I have more, but I'm just going to give just a little. When we talk about science and knowledge, right? Gardening teaches children about biology, ecology, and life of cycle when it comes to plant. It also provides hands-on experience in observing and understanding the natural world. Next, we talk about math skills. Math. Planning and measuring garden, plot calculating watering schedules, and monitoring the growth, which it will involve practical application of mathematical concept. Wait, next, let's talk about the environment awareness. Gardening will help children to develop appreciation for the environment and understanding the impact of human activities of the ecosystem. I will stop here for now, but I will continue when you guys proceed. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is so important, and we need to be watching these YouTube videos with our children, because this is so important. If we want to take our children, we really want them to deviate from unhealthy eating. This is exactly what we need to do. It is very important. We're talking here about food, 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 and food. If we don't eat, we cannot do anything. But here's the one important thing that is so important that is attached to that eating: education. Education of what these children are eating, education of how they can grow these foods. It provides a hands-on learning. When a child, you teach a child how to garden, it provides them with a hands-on. They're actually doing it. And when you do something with doing it yourself, it builds a sense of self-pride and dignity in you, knowing that I can also do my own. It gives them these lifelong learning experiences about plant life, like she mentioned, plant life circles. Because sometimes people, when they plant things, they don't understand, they don't know that in order for something to sprout out, to grow, it has to die first. It has to die. It has to rotten, and then before it pops out and grows so well. And so I had to learn that. I did not know. I said, but why did my potatoes go like this? My mom, who is not even educated, say, no, you don't know that it has to rotten. She said in the dialect, it has to be dead first before it can sprout out and begin to go, because that is just the way it is. And now through education, they learn about the ecosystem, like she says, and the environment, how productive the environment can produce, what kind of food can it produce, how can we produce, how you're learning about your environment, your soil, because soil is life. You're learning about all those things, and it fosters understanding of biology, which is the courses that we learn in school. Our children they're studying in school. Some are biologists or zoologists or whatever. Then they study this and the ecosystem, so that we do not destroy the environment. We have to learn about the ecosystem. What can we do? How many of these animals are there in the world, so that we do not hunt and kill in order to distinct them? We study that one, and then fostering curiosity and a deeper understanding of nature. Very important. So we don't just cut down trees, or we don't just burn the soil because we want to make food to be good. In the long run, it's going to destroy the environment. This is so important, and I'm really glad I'm emphasizing on this, because nothing can go without the education. It can be classroom or learning from my mother, who didn't have formal education, just like I'm learning. It is either way. Do not think that it's only classroom education. How did the early people used to farm? How did they study their environment? The early man, how did they light the fire to burn places? We know all those things. When we take those positive ways, those healthy ways, and mix it with today's technology, there is no stopping. There is no stopping. So thank you so much. And Esther, Yvonne, if you want to go, whoever pops up, that's good. Thank you so much, Dr. Benny. That is wonderfully done.
Dr. Benny, that was awesome. Really awesome. And thank you. I will go next. Gardening introduces children to science, and I love that you touched on that, because it is not something we hear about very often, right? It's like, because they're kids, we don't think that, but this is exactly what we are saying. Children should be now exposed to science. Science is ruling the world. We have to know why the world spins, right? And not literally, but you know what I mean. Gardening introducing children to science, and it uses gardening as a way to teach children science, is a fairly new, unique approach, but I feel it will be considerably rewarding. That's how I feel. And I mean, I'm sure Dr. Benny feels that way, and most of us here too. Especially as the mass-produced food we are eating today is often doing more harm than good. So we want them to be knowing the difference between hands-on. Not only do our young ones become a part of the learning and correcting process, but they acquire practical knowledge that is not found in textbooks. I was not a big-time gardener, but my grandmother did take me out and show me some stuff. And she told me why some tomatoes were needing a support system. Like they had to have they would make some kind of a structure that they would climb up on, and then others would not. She said some were fast growing and then they're done, and then others would grow for an intermittent number of times. So I know that much. I'm sorry, Dr. Mundih, I don't know a lot about farming.
No, you do, because you just said something that you think that you don't know that much. But
Yeah.
your grandmother, you see,
Yeah.
what I want
Yeah.
to emphasize here is learning from our parents and our grandparents and our great parents,
Yeah.
going into the community to these farmers that we just pass by, instead of stopping by to really see what they are doing, or to say thank you so much for uplifting the community by providing food. We ignore them. But your grandmother, you said something that potatoes, right?
Tomatoes, they grow differently. Yeah,
Some will grow in a certain way because they have to climb. You have to stake them to climb.
Yeah,
I laugh
staking.
and I
That's
pick
right.
on that so fast because my grandmother, my mother, and I think Dr. Benny knows, even Esther will know if she is the gardening kind, which I don't think Esther. Okay. I'm not picking on you, but here's the thing. We have the beans in Cameroon, Dr. Benny, where you have these beans that have beautiful color with beautiful dots. Some is white. It climbed the tree. Guess what I did? But I'm not going to say it before they come after me. But they said, don't bring those things here. No, I brought it here. My brother sent to me beans.
Yeah.
I said, but why would I just eat it? Let me see if it's going to grow.
Yeah.
I just planted just six seeds.
Yeah.
Guess what it did? It climbed all over my fence, and it was going all over, trying to go crawl to my neighbor. I started cutting the head. It bared a lot. I have beans here. Instead of us eating that beans from the can that has sugar, a lot of sugars have been put in there.
Yes, yes.
That beans, I took it and distributed to families. When they cook it, they call me and they say, I'm eating that beans. It just feels so good. So it is something that we learn. You know a lot. For you to be able to remember that shows that you were paying attention. And for me to grow that, I so love it. The place where I was born and I grew up, I farm everything. So this is very, very important, because we are talking about going back to nature, respecting nature, and really growing things the way that we were born to grow, so that our children can be healthy and happy, because a lot of children are going through a lot especially because of what they eat, not just the food, but mostly the food, what they eat, and what they eat through what they eat through their ears, they eat through their mouth, they eat through with their eyes, what they look at. So we need to be able to go back to nature, because our ancestors, they might not have been educated like we think that we have formal education, we have all these degrees. They know way more than we know, and that's why they were healthier. That they were healthy, not even healthier, even the most healthy people. I quote my grandmother, who is going to be 108. As an example. So this is so important. You know a lot. Esther, let's hear what Esther, I'm going to laugh at you here right now. Let's see what he's going to say, because I say, do farming, do gardening. Say, my sister, I don't know what you're doing there. Now it's your turn.
Poor Esther. You're muted.
Well, I know you think I do not know anything about farming, but I will tell you I know things about farming. Whether I farm or not, that is not the issue here. Thank you, Dr. Benny. That was a wonderful presentation. I was just listening and nodding my head. It looks like you covered all grounds, but I will still chip in one or two things, which Sister Dr. Yvonne may not know that I know. Anyway, welcome to our attendees. Thank you so much for being here today. It's always a wonderful time. Looking forward to our time at 6 p.m. UK time, and your own time there also. Yeah, gardening. What is it? Is it true that gardening offers numerous benefits to our youths and to our children? Yes, it is true. Why? It makes the children to learn about the world and its seasons, because there is season for farming. Then it also they also get understanding of the journey the food they put in the plate takes, starting from the farm to the plate. That helps the children to understand that journey. Farming also can help children through their emotional well-being. It also helps children to get outside and get understanding of nature, and Also, that also helps them to, encourages them to use the 5 senses. They put the 5 senses into practice through gardening. The 5 senses we mentioned about: sight, sound, smell, touch, and taste. And they regularly exercise these 5 senses through gardening. So that's a lot that farming helps to do in children. Which one are we going to talk about? Through that gardening, the children will know that they are supposed to eat healthy. You know, so when those foods are produced, they know that these ones that are raw from the farm is better than the processed foods we have in the cans and all whatnot. So that we don't need to overemphasize this. Like I said, a lot of grants has been covered on this. So it is absolutely important that gardening helps our youths and the young ones to grow.
Thank you so much. I think you proved me wrong here today. You really do. Because I wasn't even thinking, in my mind, it's just like, you know what? Well, they will use their sense of smell, but there's no need to talk. But now you brought it so powerfully, because it also helps a lot of, especially with organic gardening, it helps to help them smell good soil or good plants that a lot of times is going to help with a lot of allergies, and even let alone when they eat these foods. So bringing those 5 senses, even with our children, they have their 6th sense. They're too much. These children, if you teach them something, they become even more than expert. They become more than the teacher. Now they have the 6th sense. They know what to do, because combining what we teach them with the explosion of today's technology, there is no stopping of those children. Like Mr. Ashmufara says, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. So thank you so much. I will give the opportunity again to Dr. Benny. If you have anything else to say, go ahead and bring it on. Thank you.
First, I will say magnificent presentation or contribution, Queen Yvonne Finn, and our sweet sister Esther. Good job, man. Thank you. I know we have to farm in Africa, right? Here. So the next thing I wanted to talk was physical health. Physical activities. Gardening involves various physical activities such as digging, planting. Then you have to weed, right? You weed because of the little grasses that grow. Yes. And then what happens after you weed? Now you harvest. Yeah, we can harvest our corn, granite, peanut. Sorry.
Oh, yes.
That's it. It's so good. It promotes active play and exercise, contributing to physical well-being. Then we talk about fine motor skills, handling small seeds, transplanting, seedings, and using what? Gardening tools, which it does enhance fine motor skills and hands-eyes coordination. See, you coordinate, right? Well, I'm just going to make in short summary. Gardening provides a rich and multifaceted learning experience for youth and children, promoting physical, cognitive, emotional, and social development. It also fosters a deeper connection with nature, which also encourages what? A sense of responsibilities towards the environment, whether at home, in school, or community gardens. Gardening can be a valuable and enjoyable activities for children of all ages. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. If anyone has anything, again, they can just pop up and say it.
Okay, so I quickly would like to just add that I'm really attracted to the science part of it because, well, you know, I'm not really a gardener, but I mean, science. So Dr. Benny had started talking about that, and I really like that. So here are some examples of sciences that can be taught in the garden. Botany, through the interaction with plants and the dissection of seeds, children will learn, or young people will learn how and what the soil, as Dr. Mundih was saying, what kind of soil. I remember growing up as a small child, we had 2 crops, as our income. They had sugarcane and they had coffee. It was big, and I wasn't part of that. But my grandmother would again explain to me that it doesn't matter what soil is being planted, and so long as it had proper drainage. Drainage was the most important thing for these two crops. And I think that's how it is today still, no matter what they do. Coffee and sugarcane. They're huge crops, but you have to make sure they're not delicate. They're hardy crops, but they have to be drained properly to survive and to give you the harvest that you want. So that's botany. And then chemistry, which is the composting that we're talking about now. Why it breaks down and how the soil becomes nice and brown, as you were mentioning yesterday, Dr. Mundih, how it's so fertile, right? But it takes time to do that as well. So again, it's about time. And then there is math, as Dr. Benny just talked about, management of seed, and why you can't just dump the seed in the ground. They have to be spaced properly, or, they have to be watched. You can't just, and also some seeds will not grow if they're a certain condition. You have to look at them and see how they are, because otherwise you will frustrate the child. If the seed is damaged or too dried out or whatever it is, it's not going to grow, is it? And then there will be, and then there's even meteorology. That's part of what they're learning. That's monitoring the weather and its effect on the garden, where you should plant in shade or what will need more sun, and so on and so forth. So it's a lot of moving parts, and children are adaptable and they learn very quickly, and they will never forget it, like I never did. So that's it.
Yes. So go ahead,
like
Esther. Go ahead, Esther.
Okay. I would like to crack one joke here about farming. So it's just
I hope it's about yourself.
Listen. This is just to encourage the youth. When you have the opportunity, please grab that opportunity.
Yeah.
I remember when I was still at the primary school age, I was living with my elder sister, where she teaches. She used to be a teacher. Then it got to this day. In fact, that week throughout was farming season.
Yeah.
The students, they would take them to the field to go and make some molds of sand and everything to cultivate things, and then cut some leaves. You just mentioned compost now. That's how I remember this. So they would go and cut those leaves and put it just like manure, to make those things grow.
Yes.
Then as a daughter to a teacher, let me just say she's my mom then, that's how they used to call me. Because I feel I had backing, I refused to go and join the students to cut that compost and even help to dig the ground, because I was doing as if I'm untouchable, kind of. So then the teachers got notice of that. My sister then got notice of that. I thought she would have saved me. She didn't save me. And I was flogged.
Sorry.
I was flogged. And you know what? If I had followed that time in digging the floor and doing all those things, I would have been a better person in that environment. But I didn't do those. I was always hiding away. So that is not a good thing. So it's an encouragement to our youths. When you have such opportunity, use it. You wouldn't know where it will take you to in time to come. That's my joke. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Well,
that.
you heard from the pampered child. That is a spoiled and pampered child. And but she learned her lessons. And this is also to teach us and our children that learn from your parents. What your parents are doing or the adults around you, learn. Everything that you do, whether you love it or not, it is adding value. It is building a way for you. You will need that skill later on in life. Don't say, "Oh, you're giving me work." Do what you can do. But if you're absolutely tired, tell them in a very respectful way that you're tired and you need some rest. Because all the skills, all what I went through, I did not know as a child. But those things are helping me now. And now when I look up to heaven, I say, thank God for my father, what he put me through, which no child should be allowed to. But now that I know, because I did not go the other way, I am here today. I'm using all of these skills so that we can do these things for children in the world. This is so important, and it looks like all the parents and grandparents around the world, especially in those days, are the same. You talk about sugarcane. One of the things that my grandmother helped in educating me with was sugarcane plantation. pineapple plantation, and sweet yam plantation. My grandmother was nicknamed Mama Manon. Mama Natural Manon, because she never paid attention to anything. You will see her with grass and other things and things from the kitchen that can get rotten and produce that Manon. That's what she used. And I learned that from her. And, you know, one of my neighbors here, you know, they see me all the time when it was when the planting season and harvesting season was over. I have my pots here, so many of them that I took from Best Buy. Not Best Buy, Menards and Home Depot. So I have those pots, planting pots here, lots of them. Some of them, I took them from my job. They wanted to throw them away. I said, give them to me. So they would watch me doing it on my patio. This lady actually came to my door with a handful of those things and said, can you have this to do your gardening in? And I thanked her, but I didn't have them for some reason. I didn't, and because I also have a lot. Maybe some other person can utilize those. So what our grandparents were doing, we might think, like sometimes kids would joke with their parents. I think you guys are too old. That's why you're not remembering things well, you know. But when you learn from those old people, they don't deviate. They are very consistent with what they are doing. And they succeeded because my grandmother was rich. I'm telling you, like in those days where a grandmother having like 20,000, 40,000 francs saved, Dr. Benny will know what I'm talking about. 40,000 francs saved. Tie it in the wrapper and put it somewhere. Don't joke. That is a rich grandmother because she was so determined to educate this Mundih that no, you will go to that school. You're going to be my eyes, my ears, and my mouth to the world. Because I did not have it, you will have it. I will make sure that I give it to you. So this is so important because when we are talking about environmental awareness, it is very important. Gardening instills an appreciation for the environment, for your environment, and the importance of conservation. The importance of conserving things. This is so important so that we don't destroy. When you destroy, you're destroying a child. You're destroying the life of a child. When you destroy, you're destroying the life of the future. And we don't want that. And as youth learn about topics like composting, like composition of natural manure, water conservation, and biodiversity, it is so important. They put this, even hospitality, food, everything. Food is everything, right? Food is life. Food is love. Food is companionship. Food is hospitality. Food is everything. This is so important. But you cannot just treat food just because you go and buy it from McDonald's and you don't know where it comes from. That soil is a gift. That's the greatest life that we've been given. Everything emanates from there. So this is, I really love this so much. So thank you so much. But I also want to make an announcement here, very important, because when children do something, we have to appreciate them. I want to appreciate, if I'm forgetting the name, Emma J. and the brother. I don't know what the parents did, but eventually they're beginning to come here because we want them to take this stage. So they've been to attend this with us. I want to thank the mother and the father, Nancy, Jody, for really encouraging those children. Just keep doing it. Don't push it. Just do it little by little. When it's time, they will come. And I also want to congratulate my son because sometimes he attends and he say, Mommy, not yet. I think I will come on stage in the future, but I will be at the back.
Oh, that's good.
Let us keep doing this. This is very, very important because that's the only way that we can encourage them. We love them. We nurture them. We encourage them. And eventually, when it clicks here, they will be here. So thank you guys so much for encouraging those children, and thank you for raising them. So and I want to thank our audience so much, especially too with Sharon, our sister. I want to say Ballyhoo. Sister Sharon, for really helping a lot in the background now. That is really taking a lot of weight off my shoulder. Then I can focus on other things. Thank you so much. But thank you for everyone here, especially the panelists, for what you're doing. The audience as well. There is nobody here that is not contributing to one thing or the other because, like Mr. Ashmufara says, I cannot do this by myself, right? We only do it together. And we are doing that. I really applaud you all, but take care of those children, because we're going to be in your neighborhood soon. Yes, and our brother Levi is here. Let me put the screen back here. Do I know how to do it? Let me see. Let me put the screen back. Okay. Yvonne. There we go. Bingo. So our brother Levi is here. Good morning. How are you? Or good afternoon and evening to the queens and kings of One Global Movement. Thank you so much. We have Ibrahim Ali. How are you, Ibrahim? Thank you so much. If you're new here, you're highly welcome here. We are here serving children with the principles and the ethical standards of Mr. Ash Mufare. And our sister on the panel says, greetings to all attendees to the hashtag One Global Movement webinar, where we always speak with heart for our children and hashtag young adults. Yes, thank you so much. And I also welcome you and look forward to your sharing your thoughts on today's topic. It is true that gardening offers numerous benefits to. Is it true that gardening offers numerous benefits to youth and children? Let us begin to see. If you've not written something, please do so. We would love to hear from you. And Yvonne again says one of the newer benefits of gardening to our young ones is that they are introduced to science through these activities. Isn't it? It's so true, because God created science so that when we study nature, who is God, we take those principles and put it together, we will be happy. But let's not abuse it. Let us not abuse it. One of the things that can help our children, because with this high technology, just like every other thing in life, we don't have to just let them be on there. Too much of something becomes poison and a disease. We have to make sure that they know what amount of time to be on there by us doing it ourselves. We leave it away 2 hours before bed or 3 hours. Let no child touch the phone or the internet. But when you start it very young, they will know it. They'll be apt to just put it away. Oh, oops, it's time to put my phone away. That's how they learn. So we do that. So with this AI technology, we don't want to just think that it's all and all. Just like a child cannot overeat. We want to make sure that they are educated on when to go there, how to go there, and when to put it away when it is time. We give them the advantages and the disadvantages. And we're going to be talking about those things here too. And thank you so much. And gardening is a form of exercise and encourages healthy eating habits. Yes, thank you so much, Levi. It's certainly true. I really appreciate you for that. Miriam, how are you? Miriam Assad, thank you so much for being here today. You are welcome here to One Global Movement, and thank you for waving the pink hands. We appreciate you. Greetings, lovely Miriam. You're being welcome here to hashtag One Global Movement by our beautiful panelists. Thank you so much, Yvonne, for doing that. And greetings, lovely Miriam. Again, am I reading the same thing? Hashtag One Global Movement, where we speak with heart for our children. Yes, thank you. And then Levi is just saying hi to our new people here. And thank you so much, Sharon. You are doing such a wonderful job. Sometimes I just feel guilty that in such a short space of time, you're doing that much. How can you just do that so quick like that? Well, I'm going to learn it. You're a specialist with children, isn't it? Maybe that's why. Thank you. And Miriam says, gardening can reduce stress, improve focus and attention, and promote physical activity, making it a hobby for children. Thank you. That is so true, Miriam. That is wonderful. I like that. I really love that. And Yvonne is saying, to you as well, Sister Ballyhoo, push pin media. And we have Shevin Boriva. How are you? Thank you so much for being here today. You are highly welcome here. We are a family here building the future, because Mr. Ash Mufare cannot build it by himself. That is why he extended this blessing to all of us so that we can build it together with him. Thank you so much for being here. You're highly welcome. There are 2 sessions of One Global Movement, 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you need to reach out to any of these panelists here, or to Mr. John Barilla, who is the managing director, or to Sister Sharon, who is the children's specialist. Thank you so much. And hello, everyone. Welcome to One Global Movement. Speak with Heart. Be ready to go to OP360 after us here. Yes, we need to go there. We need to go here. I want to be the first person there. I want to hear what we want to hear, right? We want to keep ourselves in the know. No excuse for not knowing when we can know. And hello, Kayanderi. Hello, how are you? How are the children at your end? Let us begin to give hugs to every child. At least see a child that is different from yours and give a hug to that child. But you need to know the children. Don't just give hugs to children that you don't know, because that's not allowed. Because we don't want to help our children to just go to a stranger and that they don't know, because our children are dealing with a lot of predators and all even pedophiles. We need to make sure that they don't just go give hugs to anyone, just like our own children. So Jay, hello, Jay Kishan, welcome to One Global Movement and welcome to Unpassive. We are here for children. You're highly welcome here every day, Monday through Friday. Thank you so much. And we have Amit. Amit, I'm not going to pronounce the last name. Corrina is unfortunately taking a break because she's the one who is good with these names. So thank you so much for being here. You're highly welcome here. And he says, good night, warm welcome to all of my Unpassive team members, founders, guests, and CEO. We have the best CEO in the world, don't we?
Yes, we do.
We do, by the grace of God. Sharon again is waving beautiful, beautiful pink hands. And thank you so much for saying hello to me and to all of us here. We love you. And we have one of our staunch supporters here, DS Naya. Thank you so much, sir, for the great work that you're doing and for spreading the word out into your community so that we can reach every child and every household. Let's continue to spread the word so that no child is left behind when One Global Movement starts traveling. Because you're going to see us everywhere. We're going to be so nosy that you'll be like, I didn't know that some people can be nosy in this world like this, right? And so our beautiful sister Esther says, welcome everyone to hashtag One Global Movement. And we have Harish Kumar. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for being here. I am Harish Kumar from Bangalore, India. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you. I see two beautiful children there. These are the people that we are serving. Thank you so much. Keep coming and encourage other people, other families, friends to be here as well. Thank you. And let us know, folks, is it true that gardening can provide benefits to youth and children? Yes, yes. We all say yes. Dr. Benny agreed first that yes, with a very strong yes. That's good. And dear sister Yvonne, thank you. I'm sure you are good today. Always happy to see ya. Yes. And I think it is true. Both my grandmother and grandparents, they're so precious. My grandmother and mother were superb gardeners, and I always help them growing crop. Thank you so much, John. That's why you have a very good heart towards children. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Nancy Jody, thank you so much for nurturing those young men and women and really making them to come. I was surprised that they came here so quickly, but you must have been a very good mother and your husband must have been a very good father too. Otherwise, they wouldn't just come like that. They take their time, right? And we need to give them that time. Yes, thank you. And special welcome again to all our panelists and attendees. This is a place we speak from the heart and explore ways to help youth all over the world to stand firm in all aspects of their lives. Yes. And we have to stand firm as we encourage them. We ourselves are doing it because our children are impressionable. You don't do it, you expect them to do it, they will not know what to do, and you end up yelling at them when you ought to be yelling at your own self, right? Yes, that was awesome, Dr. Benny Blessing. So informational and comprehensive. Thank you. Yes, that was very, very good.
It was. It was.
Down to earth, because that's what we want.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Hats off, Dr. Benny. I salute.
Yeah, there you go.
Now he said. Yes.
Very well done.
Thanks, wonderful founders, a necessary and insightful topic. This is from Nobu Lelu. Thank you so much. These are our new people here. Keep coming, keep spreading the word. Because if this is for the whole world, which is what Mr. Ashman Forever is doing, it's for the whole world. Because he sat back and looked at how parents and children are suffering in the world, and he decided to say, I will do something that will last a lifetime, not just a business, but it's going to be a way of life for every household. And this is what we are doing here, One Global Movement on the Unpassive, taking these values to all corners of the globe. So thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Benny. You did well today. So, Shaka, how are you? Yes, hands in prayers, which is what we're doing all the time. Hands in prayers to our children, hands in prayers to Mr. Ash Mufara. Mr. Ash Mufara has to live up to 130 years or more so that yes, if my grandmother can be 108, you're going to live more. And the mantle of my grandmother is coming to you and your household soon. Yes. And good day to all. This is from Nancy. Good day to all my queens and kings, Dr. Mundih, Queen Yvonne Finn, Levy, and everyone here on the panel and in the audience. We are a great family. Of course, the first huge global family, and it came from Unpassive, Mr. Ash Mufara. And we always have to give him that credit, because that is what God is going to capitalize on and help him to even do more great things. So hello, Sister Sharon. Oh, I love you, Sister Sharon. We love you all. You're doing great things. You should see those things that you're creating on Facebook. I still have to learn to post on Instagram like you taught me, right? So Dr. Benny, as usual, is welcoming everyone here to hashtag One Global Movement, Dr. Mundih, hashtag Dr. Mundih, hashtag Unpassive, and hashtag Mr. Mufara. Yes, thank you. And thank you so much, Nancy. We ought to clap for you too, because you brought those that young man and woman here, and we're so grateful. And the daughter is going to be helping One Global Movement to build a website. And you can imagine how young they are, and you just begin to imagine the kind of website that is going to come out. Not the olden style, but mixed, we have to mix it, right? As our presentation, Dr. Benny, always on point. I really want our children to participate in this platform, really will change their lives lots of time. Yes, we will keep encouraging them and let them do it at their own time, at their own pace. But sometimes let us also watch out for procrastination. Let them not be trying to procrastinate and try to trick us. I was rewarded as a child by helping in our garden. We grew so many kinds of fruits and vegetables. We even had a small grape vineyard. I don't have enough space here to tell you of the benefits for me. I have it. I bought apples. Pretty soon you guys can come and harvest apples here. I planted some apples, apple trees, and the plums, they are here. I planted one on the road so that we have 3 roads that meet in my home here, so that when it's harvesting time, everybody in the community, I'll put a sign there, can come and cut it and eat. They harvest it and eat. So that is such a great thing, because we had that same tree on my mom and my daddy's compound where everybody can come and pluck plums and other things and eat. So it's very important. Thank you so much for telling us that, John. And John says, hey, Ballyhoo, I know you have a wonderful garden. What do you think about this topic? And I'm going to be learning from you, Sister Sharon, those crickets and all those things that I can throw in this garden here so that they can do their job and fertilize the soil for us. Because I'm going to be taking these things, some of the things, to schools, to give them to schools, and to give them to this shelter kitchens, or kitchens for the homeless, so that they can cook the things and give it to them. That would be a nice thing to establish one, so we can cook it. Sinhu, yes. Hello, look at that. Look, do you guys see that little boy there with a hat in a star?
Yes.
Beautiful hat. Thank you. Hello, our man Ashok is here today. How are you, brother? Thank you so much. How are the children in your home or in your family or around your environment? Extend our love and regards to all of them. Thank you so much. And thank you, DS Nayak, for these sweet emojis. Isn't that beautiful? And Dr. Benny, again, as usual, welcoming and hashtagging everyone here in One Global Movement. And we have Otam Das, welcome to One Global Movement. We highly appreciate your presence here today. We love all of you. And The managing director says hashtag One Global Movement, hashtag Speak with Heart, hashtag Gardening Benefits for Children, hashtag Feed the Children. Yes, yes. And we're going to be treating this food thing for quite a long time because we're going to dive into food preservation. But first, those who don't have the machine, what can they do in the meantime? The way my mother and my grandmother taught me, we're going to go into that before the machine. But even with the machine, we still have to do it the natural way so we don't lose those skills from our grandparents, right? We need to do that. Yes, thank you so much. And thank you, Dr. Benny, for welcoming our beautiful, wonderful audience here. We highly appreciate this audience for really inspiring us to continue to do what we are doing. And well said, Sister Esther. That was a powerful demonstration of benefit. I didn't know that she can do that, but she did. She proved me wrong. She proved me wrong.
She did.
Hello, sister, because she used to just, what are you doing? You, this woman, what are you doing? How do you do that? And she's going to be teaching me how to cook one of the most delicious delicacies in Africa, in Nigeria.
I've been waiting for you.
Yes.
I've been waiting for you.
I'm coming. Wait, you said that I'm still putting the things because it's so expensive. So I am still buying the things, but you need to send me the ingredients. I'm still buying some of the general ingredients that we know, but you need to send me the list of the ingredients so I buy because it's too expensive to cook. But it is the best nutritious thing. Everything in there, the vegetables.
It is really expensive. It
is very expensive. And hashtag One Global Movement, hashtag educate our children, hashtag, what is that?
Deferred hunger.
Okay, hashtag defer hunger, hashtag
love.
Yes, thank you so much, Nancy. Nancy is still promising to come and meet me at 8 p.m., but she did once, and I can't wait to see you again, Nancy. Thank you so much. And this time, Sister Yvonne, I will arrange a visit to cultivate in Dr. Yvonne's farm and might even wait to harvest them and carry them all away. You have no choice. Yes, if I see you, I will just give it to you. I will just give it. You have 4 children in your home, 4 soldiers that need to eat. And these boys, they eat. Do you guys know that boys eat a lot? I know it for my brothers. They eat. So we need to really feed them.
Absolutely.
Yes. So Dr. Benny and commitment, collaboration, I think from, this is teamwork and commitment, collaborating on gardening projects teaches teamwork and commitment as children work together to care for the garden. Yep, yes. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. And positive attitudes. Children who participate in gardening projects tend to develop more nature-friendly attitudes. They appreciate the natural world and its importance. Nature is very important. I just walk, I'll be talking to the trees, to the flowers. I'm like, this is beautiful. And one man will just be walking and say, this is beautiful. I love it as well. We kind of carry out a conversation friendly. You develop friends on your walking trail when you're walking, even bonding with the garden. Look at the community garden. I'm going to be following you guys with a lot of pictures. You see huge, hundreds of people coming together to garden, and I am part of them. They gave me that place for free. And I've been doing it for 3 years. And I'm still going to go there. I'm not giving it up. Couple with the half an acre behind my home here. You guys better come here. Let's do it together.
Yes, we're going to arrange a meeting.
Yes. And we have Sam Shaw. How are you? Say hello to your beautiful wife there and your children and your entire family. We love you so much. Levi said, I am so proud of One Global Movement. Hashtag One Global Movement. Hashtag
Institution of Learning.
Thank you so much, Levi. We're going to own a farm in South Africa. Tell your president that we are coming. One Global Movement needs farm all over. To feed the children, though. I think they'll give it to us cheaper because we are feeding the children. Right, Levi? Hello, our brother Momodu. Hello, Mrs. Mundih, and all of us here on the panel. Mr. Ash, the tech team and staff everywhere, and all my beloved global ambassadors. Thank you for everything you've done and still doing for us. God bless you. God bless you too, brother. We love you so much. And him and I, we speak Creole. I think he's from Sierra Leone. We just speak Creole. Broken English. Extraordinary contribution. Dr. Benny is telling all the beautiful ladies on the panel here. Thank you so much. appreciation is so important. When you say thank you, and it's a thankful Thursday anyway, and we got to see that. Yes, it's a thankful Thursday. And our sister Cezana from Croatia, and she is so bent. She doesn't speak English, but she has the phone with the interpretation or interpreter app. That's how she communicates, and she learns even way better that way. Thank you so much, Cezana. We highly appreciate you. And we have our brother Sahid. How are you? Thank you so much for being here with your beautiful emojis. We are one. We are one. And this is what Mr. Ash Mufara emphasizes. We are part of the same whole. And it's the same principle that we are projecting here with our children. Every child is the same. If you are nourishing one child, do it like your life depends on it, because when you nourish that child is going to get connected to another child, and the connection keep going. It's a ripple effect. Let us do good for the sake of our children, the future, and humanity. Thank you so much, Susanna, for being here. And our sister, Ballyhoo, Sharon. I love this session on gardening, brother John Barilla. Hashtag weed
in my garden. That's her last name, right? You realize weed in my garden.
Movement, hashtag gardening for kids. Hashtag one global movement. Hug. Virtual hug to all our children, right? Thank you. Thank you. We love you, kids. We are here for you. Thank you. Hashtag unpassive. Henry Horn. How are you, brother? Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. We highly appreciate you. Come again. We are on twice a day, 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we appreciate you. Keep encouraging the children and the young adults. Keep encouraging your neighbors and friends. This is where we want to make sure every country knows what we are doing, every family, because we do not want any child to be left behind when we take off, right? So important. And we appreciate you for coming here, brother. And we have Sharon say hello to Cezana. And we have our last person here is Shakar Stefan. I'm not going to pronounce the last name right now. So Shakar Stefan, how are you? Thank you so much, brother, for being here, taking the time to be here. We are here, we mean business. It's determination, do it or die, like Mr. Ash Mufara says, because we want to change the rhetoric for our children in the world when it concerns hunger, it concerns education, it concerns poverty. We want to be able to teach our children to build generational wealth, but we want them to eat and to learn how to grow this food themselves. So through this, with all the moral values that we are going to be teaching, and we started teaching at 8 p.m., but all of these things carry with it moral values. So our children will be healthy, they'll be happy, and they'll be successful, they'll be progressive, and in turn, they will start to contribute to other people who cannot do it for themselves. This is what we want. So, and this is what Mr. Ash Mufara wants. And we thank God for that. So thank you guys so much for being here today. And it was a wonderful time. Thank you again so much, Dr. Benny, for really demonstrating these things with regards to nature and bringing it down to earth, because we don't have to go and bring it from somewhere. God already gave it to us. It's right here. We do it naturally from the heart. And this is how the children will gravitate towards it. And thank you so much, Sister Yvonne Finn. I know she is working too much too behind the, like she's sitting there, she works a lot in the background. And thank you, Esther, because Esther is that mantle. That do it or die. And thank you guys. Thank you to the audience. Thank you for your support. We highly appreciate you. Tomorrow is going to be on O-Connect. I was trying to establish the thing. It wasn't working, but the managing director sent me a message this morning that it can work. So there's no way we're going to do it on StreamYard. We must do it on O-Connect. And that is what we're going to do. I will establish a link and then I'll send it to our graphic designer. So, and yes, see you all. He says, reminding us, see you all on OP360.
It's time for 060.
Let's go over. Thank you guys so much. Stay focused, stay encouraged, stay empowered, and always believe in endless possibilities. We love you all.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Yes.
And bye to all you ladies.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to go now because I don't want to miss 360.